So apparently we have Monkey D. Master Roshi in Dressrosa. So the beginning of this episode definitely felt a little bit slow-paced. I don't know necessarily if that was due to the anime entirely, because a lot of it was set up getting ready and also had some comedy in there. And it kind of makes you think when you're seeing stuff like when Luffy and Momo is going at it. On one hand, you kind of look at it like, wow, you know, our main character and captain should definitely be a little bit more mature than this. But at the same time, it also adds to the value of Luffy's character and who he is. So it's kind of like, yeah, you would like for him to be a little bit more hardcore and badass and not necessarily get into a scrape with an 8-year-old. But at the same time, it also is one of the key characteristics that add to the charm of Luffy. So it's kind of like, can you really hate him in that aspect? It's like, yo, why are you arguing with an 8-year-old? But you're so funny doing it, and like you're just a rare commodity at doing something like that. Then we get a little bit of foreshadowing with Momo's past when you see him kind of saying, I don't ever want to fly again. And you see like that hand coming at him and that really deep voice, and it's kind of like, okay, what happened in his past? Definitely he went through more than what we know, and that's also adding to the whole thing, because there's a lot of mystery when it comes to Momonosuke, Kinemon, and, you know, just this whole Wano country, Wano kingdom stuff, because they definitely went through a lot of stuff, and they definitely are somewhat keeping secrets. You could definitely say that there's some secrets to them. They're not all that they cracked up to be. Even when the little, you know, the humor stuff pops up with them being perverts, it's kind of adding to like, yeah, we don't really know them fully. Fuck Momonosuke for being able to bury his face in them giant jugs. While the animation, the actual movement wasn't anything too special, the art style and the beautiful way that they paint this stuff looked really good when the blind guy showed up. And by the way, I know who the blind guy is, but I'm going to refer to him as blind guy until it gets revealed in the anime. Because once the blind guy shows up, it actually looks really nice. You see a close-up of his face, and it looks really good. And it's interesting how uneasy he makes Zoro, and he makes Zoro, like, get ready to pull out his sword at any moment. So you can definitely see that he's somewhat, at the very least, of a formidable foe, or he has some sort of, heavy aura around him to make Zoro get a little bit uneasy, like, yo, what the fuck's this guy up to? It's like, he's blind, but at the same time, he's coming off as strong, and that's a classic thing that they like to throw in anime and manga, where the blind guy, but he's actually super strong, so you can kind of foresee that if you've seen, you know, multiple stories regarding anime and manga with Japanese swordsmen and whatnot, so that's definitely a little bit, like, you get hints there already, like, yeah, he's a blind guy, but he's probably able to fuck shit up. And to be honest with you, I actually prefer the introduction to the blind guy more so in the anime than in the manga, and that's rare with the manga and the anime, because usually the anime I'm always like, but I actually enjoyed the way they introduced him, and then you get to see him in the casino, and then you get little bits here and there of him, and I actually enjoyed the way they were introducing him. It kind of drummed it up a bit more, so later on when we do find out who he is, it's like, oh shit, fuck those guys for cheating, by the way. Like, it's one thing to cheat, it's a whole other thing to cheat a blind guy right to his face. That's kind of despicable and disgusting. Definitely could have been done a way better cliffhanger. I was not impressed at all with that cliffhanger. I was like, really? This is how we're going to do a cliffhanger? There was a moment that I was looking forward to, and I'm like, we end the cliffhanger with the ball spinning, and it's like, come on, bro, really? Like, how are you going to do that to us? But aside from that, overall, if you take into account, slow start. Once the blind guy shows up, it's kind of smooth sailing from there, and then you kind of have like a crusty cliffhanger. So it was a decent episode. I'm going to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. It was fine. I liked the art in certain aspects, especially when it came to the blind guy. It seems as though they really wanted to emphasize on him and kind of push forward, like, yeah, you're going to get to know this guy real soon. So good stuff on that aspect. And just overall, it's kind of wacky and zany, getting a bit of comedy here and there. You get Luffy and all of them putting on these outfits, so it's kind of like funny and stuff. So you're getting still that classic One Piece comedy, but you know some darkness is coming soon when you get the blind guy, and then you get all the surroundings and stuff. So definitely something is up, and it's just going to creep in slowly. But with the One Piece anime, I'd imagine it's a little bit more slowly than normal. Let me know what you guys think, anime-only viewers. Who do you believe is that blind guy? Do you have any suspicions? And also, just what do you think of this episode? I think it wasn't the most amazing, but I definitely say I enjoyed it, and I feel as though the pacing wasn't as bad as I predicted it might be. It could be because we had those couple of fillers, so it gave us a little bit of breathing room, but I wasn't really bothered by the pacing once the blind man showed up. In the beginning, it was a bit slow, but hopefully we can at least get some decent pacing like this episode. I felt it was a nice breathing room here and there, just the beginning, and then, you know, the cliffhanger that I feel as though was unnecessary. Could have ended differently, but yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts of this episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you can't wait to see who this blind guy is and see how everything is going to unfold. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.